Hey viewers, my name is Daniel Mugoya and I am here with my fellow journalist. I know him as Seaman. Yes. Why do people call you Seaman?
I was once a goalkeeper when I was in my secondary school. Yeah, one of the best in the region.
Seaman, let's go slowly. Go slowly.
You know me.
You were once a what?
A goalkeeper.
Where?
Kabaale Secondary, St. Mary's.
Yeah. St. Mary's. Where is Kabaale Second?
It is in Kabaale district.
In Kabaale district.
And
So
where do you hail
from?
Kabaale.
What is your exact name?
Agaba Moses.
Agaba Moses. Agaba Moses, I found you here in Tungamo. What do you do?
I'm a journalist.
You're a journalist, because I know I've always met you in the field with this camera. So being a journalist, did you practice it as a career or?
I studied social work, so it was
voluntary.
It was my. It was my passion only. I don't need it as a passion, but finally I liked it.
How long have you been in the field?
Since 2010.
Since 2010.
Yeah.
So that implies that you are a citizen journalist.
No. I have some media houses I work for. I first worked with Red Paper, then after I joined Chimp Reports, but I worked for both of them as a freelancer.
But before we go further into the career of journalism, how is your life?
It's not life.
How have you found life ever since you started knowing that you're in this world?
Life hasn't been hard for me. That's it. Not really, because I take it easy.
Take me through the best moments of your childhood as you're growing.
I haven't been, even in my childhood, I had a bigger size, not more than this, but I was big. That's why I started playing football, being a goalkeeper. Because when we used to go to play football, they would say, those who are fat, you go in the goal.
So you used to say like that?
Oh, those people I used to be with.
Do you remember the kids?
The kids that you grew up with. They'd say, you go in the goal, you're fat, you can't play. So that's how I
So you've been fat ever since?
No, not much, but I was fat. That's the truth.
Yeah. So are you still fat?
Now I'm over fat.
So Seaman, just if you remember, where did you have your primary school from? Let's begin with primary.
I had it at Winga Primary School. Then first it was Kabaale Primary.
That's why you completed your PC?
No. I first Kabaale Primary, Winga Primary, those are in Fort Pot. Then we had to shift to Kabaale. That's where my parents were working from. So then I started at Makanga Primary School, then I completed at Ndorwa Primary School.
Ndorwa. While in primary, what were the best moments you remember there?
Best moments was going to play football, that's the truth.
So you started playing football while still in primary?
I started going a goalkeeper when I was in primary.
Who chose for you that number of being a goalkeeper?
It's me. When they used to say that you go in the goal, I had to like it.
Was it because of you? So, that was primary. What was your worst moment in primary?
I can't recall. One day, I was beaten 25 canes for speaking vernacular.
Who was that?
I don't remember. I was at Winga Primary School in Fort Pot. Yeah, that was my worst moment.
In primary?
I still remember it.
So if you remember in primary, how many kilograms did you have?
It was medium. I can't recall that.
You were medium?
I was medium, but to the children, it would be fat. But I was medium, not their size.
Then secondary,
best moments. That even is in football also. We were playing with Girls College of Authority, one of the best schools.
And I think it is still.
No. Let's leave that. So we were playing with it, and we were from Kabaale Secondary, like a third world school, these UC schools. So we came, they thought they were going to defeat us. But we played the whole game, they scored it us in the next 5 minutes. And that was the day when I became a hero. I did what I would, and we played well.
That was the best moment?
The best moment.
Secondary.
The worst? Yeah, there, but I can't.
How did students treat you in secondary?
I was a celebrity, that's the proof.
Had you maintained the medium size in second?
I was medium.
Still?
I began getting when I left.
If you can, did you do fine art?
Yeah, I did little.
Little. But if you can have a sketch map for the viewers who might not know what medium is. What is medium in terms of your size when you are in second?
Secondary was like now I'm like this.
Huh?
Let me say I'm like this.
No.
Then in secondary I was like this.
This.
Like me.
So Nelson, you see, Seaman was like this in second.
In secondary, now I'm like this.
No.
Yeah. Because I was in like in the 90s.
I thought now this is now extra large, extra.
Yeah, where I am now.
It is what?
It is more than extra large. I don't know how to say it.
How can, let someone help. I think XXL.
Like 3 times.
Like 3 times. So that was it. That's now.
Now.
So in secondary,
it was XL.
XL.
Yeah.
For the whole 6 years.
Yeah, yeah. Because I went some secondary school in boarding. But that I cut very much. But after I had to leave boarding. I never started in boarding schools most of it. So like 2 terms I had to leave. I used to take BS school.
Then institution. Did you continue after that?
Yeah, I went to Kabaale University, studied social work.
Kabaale University. Social work?
Social administration.
That's the one called Swaswa.
Swaswa. That's where I met someone. It was a friend to me. It's called Msingu's Good Luck.
Msingu's Good Luck.
He told me, but why I told him I like to football. I like to journalism.
Yeah.
He said, okay, you come and he was working with Uganda Radio Network at that time. He said, okay.
But was he also a student?
No, he had a football team. So we used to meet in the stadium. So I told him, but for me, I like journalism. He said, okay, you come and try. For me, I trained on the job, that's the truth.
That's very good.
I trained. I started with a radio called Voice of Chigezi. And after, I had to train Red Pepper. Yeah. That's where I kept doing my work.
So, you said that was which university? Kabaale University. So how did the students there treat you in terms of
I wasn't too much. I developed too much when I left, when I started working.
When you started working? Right. Okay, but did you ever sit down to understand how your body shape transformed from when you were...
Yes, I know the reason, I know it.
What was it?
I have asthma. So I went to a private hospital and said, they gave me tablets. So
how do you realize that you had asthma?
Because breathing, I kept breathing not well. So I developed it when I was old. So when I went there,
how old were you by then?
When I did work.
When you developed it?
It was like in mid-20s.
In mid-20s?
Yes.
So that's when you realized the symptoms, or that's when you developed it?
I developed it.
That's when you developed it?
It just came as when you say like, I have cough, and it continued. Yeah.
Okay.
So then after, I had to, they gave me some tablets, which they told, the one who gave them to me, never explained how to take them.
You took them wrongly. The prescription, the person who prescribed the medicine
said I should take every day, but which I shouldn't. It was called Dexter. So I think they told me it's what increased my body.
You are the one who took them wrongly?
No, she's the one who
prescribed them wrongly.
For me, when they gave me a drug,
you took it.
So then after I went to another hospital, they changed it. After like 2 years,
it was too late. Oh, things turned the other way around.
I went for an operation. I went for an operation. They cut like 20 kilos. But after it had to come
How
back.
did they cut the 20 kilos?
It's an operation at Case Clinic. They operated me.
Case Clinic in Kabaale?
Yes. And they cut all like 20 kilos. But after it had to come back. But now I'm on...
Before they cut the 20 kilos, how many kilograms did you have that time?
I had like 200, I think.
200 kilos?
Yeah, like 200 something.
Okay, roughly 200. So they cut only 20?
Yeah, cut 20, yeah. But
so,
after, I started reducing then, but after it had to come back.
Like after how long?
Like after 3 years.
After 3 years.
But now, I think that's since December. I am on dieting from Dr. Kaseme in Kabaale.
Oh.
So I usually go there every month.
Since December.
Since December. Then I have cut like 20 kilos now so far. On that dieting.
Since December. You have cut like 20. So in your last measurement, how many kilograms do you have?
At first, when I went for the medication, I had 222. Now, when I went back, I had 202.
202. That was a milestone. If I can look at the sun and look at you, I think you are around 180. So we thank God that slow.
Yeah, I have to keep because I have to go eat for 8 months. That's what they told me. And we'll see whether it will work.
So away from that, the sickness, being diet and so on, what other challenges do you face as a person? In regards to your stature?
Yeah, like when you're going in a vehicle, they usually say you pay twice. For me, that's what I do. I don't like, that's what I do.
Why don't you explain to them that you're one person?
But they say you're taking 2 spaces of 2 people.
But in reality, you take the 2 spaces.
Yeah, definitely. Like here, the vehicles like taxis. When you're going to go in a taxi, it's for 2 people. Usually, that seat is meant for 2, and you go there alone. I don't like anything of squeezing me. I don't like.
So, being that you also don't like things of squeezing you,
yeah, you have to. But borders I pay as a normal.
As a normal, don't they disturb you?
Some will say, but can I afford you? I say, but you're not you carrying me. It's the motorcycle.
The motorcycle.
It's not you. Yeah. That is it.
So how do you finance your bills in terms of medication and so on?
Medication, I get support from my friends, like politicians. Yeah, that's how I do it.
Like from politicians?
But not easy, you know.
I know.
And friends,
I
some friends. Yeah, but it's not easy, but I keep trying. Yeah.
So, do you still play football?
No.
Why?
I can't.
What was your best skill?
Now,
because I wanted to give some friend of mine who was a team is managing in Kamwacha. I wanted to give the person your number such that you can be the best goalkeeper there in Kamwacha United.
Some years I was the best. That's the truth, I was the best.
Which skill do you remember in terms of grabbing the ball? Diving. Like how? Just if you can show me.
Like this. And penalties. I was the best in penalties.
In penalties.
That's the truth.
So how are your parents? Are they there?
No, my father died.
Sorry.
But my mother, she's still there.
She's there?
Yeah. The retired civil servant.
Retired civil servant. Where does she stay? In Tungam. Oh, that is great. So, how have you found journalism if we go back to this?
Very good, very interesting. Because it's my passion. It's not a thing that I do for money. I do it because of passion. Only. I like it. For me, whenever you tell me there is a story, I have to go there. Whether there is money, whether it's not there, as long as I get where I want to get there. So I do that.
So from the looks and how I've been seeing you each time we meet in my friend, you look like someone who is so resilient and someone who is so confident and committed to what you're doing. What are the skills that you've managed to build this?
The skills?
Like, how have you managed to build that resilience?
Concentration. Reading. I read a lot. What others write. I follow up. I do all things. Want to know if this one is the senior writer or what. I follow it up with him. I see what he writes, how the style he writes. I learn a lot every day. I've not made it. So I have to keep. Because what I want, I haven't reached it.
Are you comfortable telling the public your years?
Yes.
Like how old are you?
I'm 38.
You're 38 years old. I think we are the same. Yeah. And I can also increase some weight sometime. Agaba Davis, not sir? Agaba Moses Siman is a journalist by default because now he has practiced journalism for quite long We have always met in the field. He is someone who is very committed, very confident when he's going to approach field. Every time I meet him, I look at his resilience and I also admire him. I have met him here at Inspire Africa Coffee in Tungamo district, and that's why I decided that we can share 1 or 2 words with him. How do you see, or how do you feel when you see people trying to over-concentrate on it when you go? Because I saw people there looking at you laughing.
I don't mind. Do you think of minding about them? I don't mind. For me, because I was a football player, I'm used to crowds. I was used to crowds, so nothing much nothing. I just usually see them, but I just usually see them, and others want to take pictures. And say, okay, you come and take. Simple. Yeah.
And life moves on.
Moves on. Nothing changes on me. Even you abuse me, in so what? Will I change? No.
What's your best meal?
Best meal for me, mostly I like. Mostly I can tell you already.
Yeah.
I eat most of the foods. For me, whatever I get, I eat.
Are there some kind of foods that your doctors maybe say you should not eat?
Those ones I no longer know. Like fatty, starch. So usually now for me that I eat matoke, I eat greens. Mostly those I think I eat.
But
and drink water.
Do you have specific measurement that you are supposed to eat like this?
For food, they told me I eat. You know, I eat the whole day. No problem.
There's no problem.
But those matoke and those food, I have to eat it once a day.
Apart from football, do you also do swimming?
No,
You've never, because of
No, I've never tried it.
You've never tried? Why don't you try one day? Because someone told me, my friend called Luanga, he works at the team. He told me that when you swim a lot, it's also another part of exercise.
I had that in plan. Very soon I'll start. Because someone gave me an offer somewhere.
So, Mr. Agaba, being that the skills you have acquired, did you have kids? Why?
God hasn't decided. So.
God hasn't decided. But for you, okay?
Yeah.
When God decides, you are ready. Is there someone you're seeing?
Yes.
Yeah. How long now?
7 years.
7 years is good time. Don't you think you have seen the person enough?
Okay, no problem. I'll see it.
Is the person also in the journalism field?
No.
Yeah. Where are you going?
Just a business woman.
Around Tungamo here or Kabaale. Oh, Kabaale produces most of wise people, because I have a friend whom I work with, called Bowen. He's very wise, very, very good person. Also from Chigezi College, so yeah. So see, man, I think because of time we shall continue with this conversation sometime to come. But I want to. What's your religion?
I'm Anglican.
Anglican. Wow, that's great. That's great. As we end this, could you just pray for the public?
That's the truth. I can't lie you, I have not prayed. Let's leave that.
To God be the glory of
iwe ekikulu mugeze ekishani ekyoli kwenda
bajja kubibba nako ekirowooziza bajja kubibba.
What I want most is to encourage those journalists to have passion. What about money? And that's the problem we have. People think there is money. It's not true. Money will come after you making it.
That statement is good. Money will come.
And the identity of journalists. It's like people, I'm a celebrity. Celebrated journalist. People will quick say that I want to be like you. I told you, I will tell them. Don't be like me, be like you. Why don't you be like me? Because you don't know why I've passed through to be like I am.
Do you regret or do you miss Swaswa?
This was my passion.
But did you complete the course?
Yes.
That is great.
This one, I can't leave it. I like it very much. Because for me, why I like it, I like to learn. And helps you to learn and come forward.
Do you have sisters, siblings? How many? Two. Two. How are they?
We are old.
Who's the oldest? Who's older? You're the third born?
I am the first.
You're the first born? Okay, thank you very much, Siman is a journalist working with Cheap Reports. Cheap Report. I'm not paper too.
Online, both of our online side work with them. Both of them.
I want to thank you for your resilience. I want to thank you for being a hardworking person, no matter what. I want to thank you for the fact that you are going to get, you run for what you want. That is very good. Most people who are having maybe your stature, they tend to be shy and become introvert. So I want to thank you for being so cooperative. Thank you very much. God bless you.